Please welcome, for her very first public appearance, Stephanie Hirst. I didn't know what to do there, because obviously you love the applause, but we've only got 20 minutes.
Narcissistic corner. Well, sorry. Are you
Welcome.
alright? Yeah, I'm good. I'm really good, thank you.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. It's weird. I've had dreams of this day for 20 years, and I'm here, and it's a bit scary. Well, it's scary, but it's good scary. It's really good scary. So yeah, I'm really happy.
What's good scary about it?
Because it's positive. And I like that, and I try and fill my world with positivity if I can. And you know, that's how I currently feel. I feel alive. I didn't want to get up in the morning, and it constantly I'm just in this perpetual loop, or like a hamster on a wheel. And now I just want to get up in the morning. And it's not about thinking, oh, what am I going to wear today? I actually I want to live.
Can you remember the tipping point for you between the feelings you were having and then the decision that actually, I now want to share this with my industry?
The feelings I was having was I felt trapped. I felt like I couldn't express myself in the way I wanted to express myself. And I remember sitting in my kitchen, slumped against the cupboards, with my now deceased cat Dave looking at me going, "What are you doing?" And I remember just rocking backwards and forwards going, make it stop, just stop. And it was constant.
What was it that wasn't stopping?
The thought that, and the knowledge in my mind that I wasn't living authentically. And as I said, not wanting to repeat myself, that I was in a loop and I couldn't get off. I've got this amazing career. Ever since I was a child, I just wanted to work on radio. That's all I ever wanted to do. I love the medium of radio. It's just such a wonderful experience to be able to be on the air. And I adore that, and I never wanted to stop doing that. So the thought of me having to stop doing that to transition to female was just horrific to me. And I was constantly like that for decades. It was horrible. Hated it.
You obviously look discernibly different, even just to the photo that you had taken with Stephen Nolan when you announced this on 5 Live at the weekend. And I think that photo was taken Thursday last week.
But I had my hair tied back, and my hair is kind of shoulder length. And my hairdresser Shelley, who's cut my hair since I was 3, bless her. And I've known her since I went to school, and she's just been amazing. She's been so supportive. She went, "We're getting your extensions in," because I've got lots of hair, but it's a bit fine. It's great, I can talk about stuff like this, it's brilliant. She says, "We're going to just pop a little bit of volume in it." And she says, "It's a bit long." She says, "But, we can cut it off, but I can't stitch it back on. So, just see how you get on with it." And I love it, yeah. I think the first day it was a bit like, and now it just feels like it's mine. So, and it's great.
And manageable.
Manageable. It only takes me about 20 minutes to dry it properly. I've shaved head for years, where's this come from? And I can sit there going like that. Apparently that means I like people. These were the signs, as a guy, these were the signs. If you saw a lady playing with her hair, it meant something. And I'm thinking, what's happened? No, I don't.
Well, I think if we've got time later, I might hit you up for a few tips now. Before then, I think probably one thing that a lot of people want to know from you, because the brand was so strong when you were on the radio, is, are you still Hirsty?
I'm still me, I'm still a geek. I love music, I love radio, I love people. I treat people the way I like to be treated. I have respect for others, that's how my parents raised me. I never want to do anyone wrong. I'm still me, I'm still the same person, I'm still interested in the same things. Just when I see a nice handbag, I don't have to think it anymore, I can say it. And these are the things, or if I see a piece of jewellery on a lady, I go, "Oh, that's lovely, where's that from?" And all these things were inside. I remember when I was, I've had a lot lots of relationships with ladies. Well, not lots, but whenever I was in a long-term relationship, and you know, when you drag someone shopping or you're dragged shopping, you stand there like, oh, yeah. And it was hell. Yeah, checking on your phone, yeah. And for me, that was hell because I'm in these clothes shops and I'm like, oh, I want to look, I want to touch, I want to feel. And it was just hell. It was just hell. So those are the things that were on my mind that, you know, but I was hoping that one day I'd fall in love and it would all disappear. It didn't. It's biological, I can't help it. I'm born this way.
And are these the things, are these the activities that you're now enjoying? Have you been clothes shopping yet? Have you
Yeah,
put full afternoons?
Yeah, I mean, I was going out when, I was walking around the block. I don't know who had the Stephen Nolan interview that I did, but I was walking around the block where I lived at 12, 13 years old. Passed my driving test at 17. My local shopping centre's Meadow Hall. I was in my car going to Meadow Hall with my mum's wig on. But so I was out. This was me. Was it me wanting to get caught? I don't know. Possibly, maybe. But I was out. I had to get out, and it just took. I mean, I was just in such fear of losing my beloved radio that's why I didn't do anything about it.
Talking about your beloved radio, are you thinking differently about content now? Because I know you're an ideas person. Are the ideas that you're having?
That's a really good question. I think no, because I always was very honest, and I was always. The people I worked with on Hirst's Daily Dose were always saying, you know, you're such a girl. In fact, they christened me Simon Deirdre Hirst. So they always used to call me a girl anyway. So I don't think the content's changed because I always thought that way. I always thought in a particular female way. So I would be bullied for it at school. I'd be ridiculed. You throw like a girl. Well, that's handy now. So, I found recently, my mum and dad's loft, I found a little bronze little stitch-on patch. I won bronze for throwing at a school sports day in 1984. I'd completely forgotten about that, so I can throw.
But when the team are nicknaming you Deirdre,
yeah,
is that because you're laughing now and your sense of humour through this? I know through speaking to you, it's always been there. But was it difficult at the time?
I probably made more of it because I knew I would transition one day. I knew I would. Absolutely, without any shadow of a doubt. So I probably made more of it. We had it put in the jingles and stuff, and and I was happy to do that. In fact, we did have in one of our openers that we had on the show, it said Simon Hirst and then a tagline, a woman trapped in a man's body. So we had these things. And that was me going, yeah, it's fine, put it in. We'll do it, yeah, we'll use it, yeah. So that was me just going,
were you hoping to leave a trail of clues like Scooby?
I did. I was leaving the trail of clues, I was. And if you piece it all together now, I was scared of losing it. Scared of losing radio.
Big John Myers, I don't know if he's in the room today, but John wrote a blog, which I know you've seen. And at the end, and I know this was tongue-in-cheek, but he said, only you would choose a name change that involves the right number of syllables for a jingle. Was that in your thinking?
No, it wasn't. I'd always had the name Stephanie in my head, and I don't know why. It's always been there. I did joke that it's not great for jingles, actually, but John pointed it out. Yeah, it probably does scam well, actually. I need to get a lot of stuff resung, don't I?
Have you sung one at home on your own? Have you sung?
No, I haven't actually.
Honest?
No, I genuinely haven't.
Should we sing one now?
We can do, yeah. Doodle-doo-doo, Stephanie Hirst. God, where was that? This is all really surreal, it really is. It's really surreal.
You're on a stage in front of your entire industry. The first time they've seen you as Stephanie and you just sung.
I've just sung? Wow. Oh my God.
The reaction in the room, I mean, I joked about the length of the applause at the beginning, but there's clearly a lot of love from the industry. What about friends that have known you for a long time? Have they found the transition easy, difficult? How have they been with you?
Just amazing. As I mentioned, Shelley, who the hairdresser I've known since I was 3, went to school together. She's just been unbelievable. All my male friends, because initially I think that males would deal with this differently. Just stunning. In fact, I brought my phone on stage for one reason only, because I want to share something with you, which was a text from a guy called John Needham. I've known him all my life, and he had a canary yellow Fiesta, and we used to go boy racing in it. GWW 576T. Stephen's still here. And
handbrake turns in supermarket cars?
Yeah, I just got a text from him. I don't see him often actually, but we went out a couple of bank holidays ago and had a really good night, and I've not seen him for ages before that. Hi mate, good on you. You will always be my pal no matter what. glad you're happy. More bank holiday nights out. I went, I love, thank you so much. Yeah, more bank holiday nights out. And just out of interest, how old was I when I first told you I felt like this? And he replied, I called at your house when you were wearing your mum's clothes, and you were about 11 or 12. And you said you were experimenting, and you told me not to tell anyone, so I didn't. Your secret has been safe with me all these years. I just think, wow. So at 11 and 12, I was, you know, I was in my mum's wardrobe. You know, I just did go out on it. You used to get left on your own when you were younger. It doesn't happen now that much. But I was left from like 10, 11 years old in the house on my own.
Same.
Yeah, so you
With
just...
a key.
Yeah. 1 minute I'm watching Danger Mouse, next minute I'm in my mum's wardrobe.
Crikey, DM.
Crikey.
Steph, what about your parents? I know you lost your mum last year.
Yeah, last year,
How much
yeah.
did she know about your definite intention to reassign your gender?
Yeah, last year she died of pancreatic cancer, and so it was a 6-month period of slowly watching your mum die. It's awful, and if anyone's been through that process of watching a parent or a loved one die, you'll know it's particularly heartbreaking. And I told my mum before she fell ill. In fact, I told her at like 16, and she kind of found it hard to deal with, and we didn't talk about it again. I got put back in the closet. But I did speak to her before she fell ill, and then we just talked really, really candidly and openly about it, and she was really supportive. And I bought her this necklace about 15, 20 years ago. She wore it every single day. She never took it off. So, and I do wear it now myself. So I've got a bit of my mum with me here. So,
and how do you think she'd react seeing you now?
Yeah, well, I've had so many texts from family and friends of my mum, and they just say she would be so proud of you. And I found a few white feathers around the house over the past couple of days. So if you believe what they say, white feathers means that someone else is around. Either that or my dead cat's back. One or two. Could be Dave. I've got his ashes on my windowsill upstairs in my bedroom where he liked to be. I don't talk to him that time.
When you spoke to Stephen Nolan on 5 Live at the weekend, you explained your dad's reaction.
Amazing.
But obviously we were live, or as live,
Yeah.
and there are certain parameters within the BBC that prevent you...
from saying that he said to me, I don't care if you've got 2 cocks and a fanny, you're my child.
yeah.
And he did, and then he picked the phone up the other day to another lady. He says, oh, my second daughter. And he's just been amazing. Yeah, I don't care if you've got 2 cocks and a fanny. Dad! But that was the first thing he said. That was one of the first things he said to me. I remember turning up at his house real early on this year because it's a conversation that I was really dreading. You know when you dread a conversation, you put it off and off. I think I put it off for about 3 years. And I just woke up one day on the sofa. I've been on breakfast for 14 and a half years, so if anyone's done breakfast or earlys, it's jet lag, little kick in the afternoon. Woke up and went, I'm going to tell my dad. Got in the car, before I knew it, I was 20 minutes down the road to my dad's house, and I'm sat there, and whenever I turn up at my dad's, he's got a war film on. There's always a film on about the war, honestly. I bought him the other day, it was a war film. He says, no, it's not a war film, it's just got a bit of war featured in it. It's a war film! Always! Is there still more to learn? Clearly there is for him. And I remember sitting down and he's watching this, and I tried to have a chat with him, and I was just looking really sullen and just unhappy. And I just got to a point, I just said it to him. I just said, I'm transgender, and he was amazing.
Did that bluntness help? Because if you'd have reacted in a less blunt way, although it sounds stark to us, it wouldn't have been your dad, would it?
No, it wouldn't have been my dad. As I mentioned, I think I said this on Nolan, if I would have remained male to my dad's age of 66 now, I would have just been like my dad. He carries around bits of paper in his pocket with jokes on and stuff. He was in bands in the 60s and 70s, all that kind of stuff. So, new faces and that.
You got any jokes on you?
No, unfortunately not, but a cowboy walks into a German car showroom. Howdy. Velcro, a right rip-off.
We didn't even rehearse that.
No.
Listen,
Still Hirst, DC, I'm still me.
Which begs the next question, which is, when are we going to hear Hirsty back on the radio? Because that's what everybody wants to hear.
So, I just want to get back on the air. I love radio. I've got a studio in my house. It's a proper broadcast full studio. I used to do the vinyl show from there. So if I do get an itch, I can go on Radio Bedroom. and have a go. There are jingles. Bless my friend Chris Stevens, who was at TM. He got one made for me, National Radio Bedroom, Barnsley. Fantastic. So
Are
yeah,
you ready to be back?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm ready to be back on the air. I've got stories to tell. And the thing is, that I go places, and because I'm a collector of stories and stuff, and because I'm fascinated by people and the public and people's lives, and radio's very much a two-way street. So I'm collecting all these things. I've got no outlet. My poor friends are just having to put up with me doing links. Just doing links, and just talking at them, just lots of content, and then saying it's 2:39 or whatever. I mean, status updates on Facebook, sometimes just time checks. Geek.
So you're ready now, you're in a state of mind where you could be on air.
I feel alive, I feel just alive, and I wasn't feeling alive. And it's been good to have that time out because, with the change of hormones, it's putting everything in place in my mind. And it does, and I was tired. I'd done breakfast for 14 and a half years. And I give my, for anyone that knows me here, if you do know, I give my all to my medium. I love radio, but you've got to have a life as well. So I'm giving all to my medium and having a life, because otherwise you've got nothing to talk about. I'm just, I'm exhausted by the end of it.
Can I ask about the hormones and the effect that they're having?
Boobs.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about your boobs?
Yeah.
Men often say, and I'm sure you've heard this, if I had boobs, I wouldn't leave the house.
When I've played, when I've you've got to remember that I've been in bed with women as a male, and I just didn't want to be there. Well, I did want to be there with someone, but I wanted it to be the other way around. And when I've gone, now I've got the kind of A and a bit, and I'm thinking, it's just like playing with my elbow. It just, so the line, if I had a pair of boobs, I'd sit in the house playing with them all day. It doesn't really, I've played. That's better, actually.
And what about a roving eye?
Yeah, well, I mean, it changes things because obviously HRT and estrogen, and it's like my brain's having its first drink that it likes. It's going, woo, I like this. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know which camp I'm going to fall into. I don't know. I've no idea yet. I really haven't. But I have seen. I saw a guy with a beard and went, ooh. Things do happen. It does. It changes things in your mind. But I don't know. I love people who they are, regardless of gender. But I was always attracted to ladies as a guy.
Right. Give me some advice. As poacher turned gamekeeper. How should I be speaking to women that I'm getting wrong?
That has changed. It really has changed. I've had some building work done at my house recently, and they rang up because they wanted paying in cash, and they just spoke to me completely. So they'd spoken to me on the Friday, I did the Nolan show on the Saturday, they rang me on the Monday, it was a different conversation. It was completely different. The tone was different, everything, it was just, So, what tips can I give you? Well, for me anyway, he's not doing anything.
Right, okay. Sorry about that. I was just trying to relax you.
Just part of my nose. But yeah, no, I just want to, going back to, I found that people have spoken to me a little bit differently, but because I'd always been going out anyway from an early age, and I'd not really been clocked, I don't think. Certainly probably did in my early days, but I just tried to get better and better and better. I had people speaking to me much differently anyway, because men, we do treat genders differently a little. When we're speaking, men will hold doors open for ladies, etc. So yeah, things have changed a little bit, but the builders thing was really interesting. That was interesting. I nearly had to go. So I did online banking to give them the money. But yesterday I nearly had to go to the bank to draw it out, and I'm still in Mr. on my card. So that would have been interesting, going into the bank, giving them the Mr. card. Yeah, it's complex. Please do that. So, but there's so many forms to fill out and stuff. I've changed my name, everything's done, but I've just got to I've sent a load of letters off. I'm just waiting for stuff to come back now. So, but that was really easy to change your name on. I did it half one on my iPad in bed. And I did it, and I went, oh, I've done it! Ah, brilliant! I went to sleep with a smile on my face.
I'm so pleased that you're happy I'm honoured that you've allowed me to share this public moment with you, and I hope you all feel the same, ladies and gentlemen. Stephanie Hirst.